behalf of the Los Angeles Kings, we thank you for your service and dedication to our country. And now, here to perform the national anthem, please welcome international recording artist, Pia Toscano.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Blackhawks hockey in high definition coming your way tonight through Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. And a quick correction to something I said right at the end of our open there. The Hawks have 5 points out of their last 12. So certainly below their pace, but not as bad as I made them sound with only 3. And for the LA Kings, 2 points out of 16. They're 1-8. They scored 1-7. They scored only 8 goals in those last 8 games. Here's the goaltending matchup. We told you the Kings lost twice in Chicago. Antti Raanta got both those wins and gave LA only 1 goal in 2 games. Corey Crawford getting the start tonight, his 12th appearance in the last 14 Blackhawks games this evening. And at the other end, Jonathan Quick will make his 7th consecutive start. And since he recovered from injury, they played 17 games. This is his 16th start. He's the man here in LA. The officials led by Greg Kimmerly and Brian Pakmara, as the referees on Iceland, Ryan Galloway and John Grant, and we're underway in the Staples Center. Willie Mitchell bounced it back into the Chicago zone. Jalmerson got rid of it, and Sharp chased it down. Now Taves upped it to Oduya, who cleared it ahead. A good check by Doughty, knocked down Sharp. And a penalty coming up here as they going to tag Doughty for charging.
2 minutes charging.
Boy, a charging call on Drew Doughty on Patrick Sharp. The Hawks controlling the play and moving the puck up the ice and right in front of the LA King bench.
2 minutes for charging. Time of the penalty, 24 seconds. Doughty.
You see Drew Doughty take a run.
At 24 seconds.
Never pulling up, never gliding there, just skating right through and finishing his check on Patrick Sharp. So an opportunity on a power play early, not even 30 seconds in.
And Eddie, this happens a lot to the LA Kings. I mean, there's only one team in the league that's been shorthanded more than Los Angeles has. That's Philadelphia. This is their 217th time short. Leddy able to keep it in. To the feet of Saad, who's able to kick to the stick. Now Versteeg walks in front. He tried to make a pass. It deflects to Seabrook with a drive, and Quick had a good look at that. The Kings have given up a power play goal in 3 straight games. They've been tagged 4 of the last 8 times they've been short. They've been scored on. The Hawks' power play is 3 for 8 so far on the road trip. And by the way, talk about how often the Kings are shorthanded. Back to that in a second as Kane goes down low to Taves. He leaves it for Kane, walking out of the corner, right to the goal. He shoots, he scores! Patrick Kane, nobody came to him. He took the puck right to the net. It's 1-0, 62 seconds in.
Well, it all starts with the face-off win. And our Honda replay shows us Taves to Kane. Nobody comes on him. He walks. Patrick Kane, that quick little stick handle here, Pat, is the difference. He brings it from his backhand to his forehand, opens up Jonathan Quick. And two guys are going to be teammates here, Pat, in about, I guess, 9 days over in Sochi, representing Team USA. Jonathan Quick and Patrick Kane. But tonight, Kane scores on Quick.
All right, now the Kings Muzzin able to keep one in. Then it's deflected away by Smith. And Richards back into the Chicago end. Chips and chases. Mike Richards trying to throw it in front, just missing Williams, and the Hawks able to get it out. But just to finish what I was starting to say about the LA Kings and how often they're shorthanded. They've now been shorthanded 50 times more than the Hawks have been. Here come the Kings back into the Hawk zone, but Voinov checked, and Versteeg will leave for Hjalmarsson. He's able to bounce it to center. Fratton unable to make anything happen there, and back comes Kane. Kane floats it at Versteeg into the zone. Now Chris Versteeg chipped it in deep for Kane. Kane leaves. Hjalmarsson joining the play. Went down along the wall, and the puck cleared back the other way. It's going to maybe go far enough for icing. Yes, that happens. So the whistle.
Well, are you or someone you know working with a program or institution that creates a positive impact for our community? Submit a nomination for the CME Group Community Spotlight Fan of the Game. Each Fan of the Game recipient will be awarded 2 Blackhawk tickets and official Blackhawks replica jersey.
All right, here's the first shift of the game for the Shaw line with Saad on the right, Bickle on the left, a long shot. Roosevelt, good save, and a penalty coming up to the Kings. Off the faceoff, Hawks able to get the puck to the net. They try to get old traffic there as well, and Colin Fraser going to have a seat.
Well, Colin Fraser loses that faceoff, and he grabs the stick of Andrew Shaw. And it was the trailing official that made that call. The referee Greg Kimmerly. Well, what another opportunity here early, Pat, on the power play. Already up 1-0.
Well, they battle in the corner. Kings able to get the puck, and Mitchell sends it the length. Now Duncan Keith with 23 points in his last 24 games. Cleared it ahead. Sharp tried to get it to the middle. Picked out of midair beautifully by Kopitar. Taves is in behind. Dropped it out to Keith with a long shot. What a save by Quick. It came back to Sharp. He finds Keith, whose pass was deflected out to center. Patrick Sharp will carry it back in. Sharp got knocked down to the corner. Carter jammed the loose, and the Kings able to clear. And now some Mitchell and Sharp contact. And let's see, the whistle has gone. And I was following the puck, Eddie. You saw what happened, and Sharp is heading to the box.
Yeah, Patrick Sharp got his stick caught up, Pat. Right around the face of Willie Mitchell. He gets hit. And then the reactionary penalty. Patrick Sharp's going to get knocked down, and there you see the shot that hit, but watch the stick of Sharp.
It's going to be a 4-minute high sticking penalty to Patrick Sharp. So apparently he cut Mitchell, and it'll be 4 skaters aside for the next minute. And then the Kings with an opportunity for a 3-minute power play. Well, Eddie, you pointed out a couple of times, and you and I have both seen it happen probably a little bit more often than you like. Now, it's easy for us to say not getting hit in the head like Patrick Sharp did there. But He's retaliated more often than you'd like to see. And he cost his team a double minor there.
And that's when the referees see the retaliatory penalty the majority of the time.
Sharp got checked here by Voinov. Oh, look out! Kruger went awkwardly into the end boards, but able to jump right back up, and play continues. Richards checked by Hjalmarsson, taken away side. He looks ahead. There goes Kane. Patrick Kane to the goal, and a save by Quick. And now the Kings the other way. Richards gets the line. Mike Richards looking for a little help. Seabrook stripped him. Now Kane settles things down. Out comes Leddy. Back to Patrick Kane. Saad trying to head for the net. Kane got turned around. And it's finally captured by LA's Williams. As he moves ahead, he'll drop it to Doughty, then Muzzin. He just handed it right to Hjalmarsson. Muzzin kept it in, threw it in behind. Now the LA penalty over. They're on a power play for 3 minutes. And Hjalmarsson sends it the length. Here's Tyler Toffoli back up the ice for Los Angeles. Toffoli ringing it around. Crawford out to play it. Now Toffoli gets it back. And Voinov had vacated the point, so they got to reorganize the Kings. LA's power play, you can imagine what their numbers are where they haven't been scoring any goals. They're 1 out of the last 25. That's over 7 games. Kopitar into the zone. He had it taken away by Oduya, whose pass was held in nicely. Toffoli rolled into the corner. Kopitar got pushed away by Seabrook, allowing a Smith clear.
Good help there. Good pressure from Seabrook and Smith working in tandem together. This should be an icing call here against LA.
It will be, yes sir. Quick tried to make a long lead to Toffoli, missed him. And one thing you never want to see when you're in a power play is an icing violation.
Well, we're going to try to take another look at that penalty from Patrick Sharp. The corner of your screen, right part of your screen. There you see the stick up around the face of Willie Mitchell after Mitchell gave. Actually, Sharpie looked like he lost his edge there, Pat, and then Mitchell gave him a shot to the back of the head. No question about it. But again, the retaliatory penalty, and when you start flailing your stick like that, it's a dangerous play, and obviously Mitchell was cut, and that's why it was a 4-minute penalty.
Now Carter on the LA power play. And sandwiched on the boards, but they dig it out to Muzzin. He lets it go. That hit a leg out in front to Keith. He took a hit, but got it to Taves. Down it goes with a minute and a half left on the LA man advantage. Jake Muzzin back up the ice. Now Dustin Brown is checked by Brent Seabrook. They work in the corner. Seabrook came up with a puck, but a clear is held in by Muzzin. Goes across, then got it back. Muzzin to Richards. He shoots one. It's deflected out in front. Seabrook a good stick. Jammed into the corner, then cleared.
Yeah, Richards was looking for a shot pass there, Pat. He was looking for the stick of Justin Williams, and Johnny Oduya did an outstanding job there of getting in the way before the LA Kings were able to come over there and look for that wide open net.
Now Williams chipped it in. Brown put it to Richards. Mike Richards sandwiched on the boards. Boy, both Bowling and Hjalmarsson got to him, and they got the puck and cleared it. Probably the last power play rush here for the home team. Dwight King going wide. Cleared it around. It's held in Mitchell. Put it to Lewis. Down low, King. Dwight King left it for Trevor Lewis. They get Fratton to the front of the net. Here's Doughty walking in, looking for a lane. Now he'll try to shoot it. And a save by Crawford. Rebound in behind. The Hawks penalty over. Both teams full strength. And now then along the boards, here's King for LA. It jammed loose. Smith poked it free. Out comes Sharp. Patrick Sharp is solo here. Everybody else peeled off to change.
Him and Mitchell went back at it again, Pat, after Mitchell stopped Sharp on that play. There was some stick swinging as well between 10 in white and 33 in black. Keep an eye on that battle as this game goes on.
All right, now Rosabal able to clear it the other way. Voinov chipped it ahead. It's picked up by Leddy. We talked about the fact that this LA King, it is a hard team to play against. They are very physical. In the first two get-togethers, as Kane gets in, Patrick Kane looks to center, nobody home for the Hawks. In the first two meetings, LA had 75 hits, the Hawks had 47. The Kings trying to get it to the middle of miss Voinov. 3-on-1 the other way. Kane's got it. Shaw to the net. He's going to look to Bickle. Oh, what an unselfish play. Patrick Kane knew Brian Bickle needed a chance. He gave him one, and it's 2-0.
Turnover by Justin Williams. Now it's a 3-on-1, Pat, and I agree with you 110%. Now stop it right here. Here's what happens. Andrew Shaw is going to go hard to the net, and that'll open up the space for Patrick Kane to get this puck to Brian Bickle, and he's got a wide open net. Net front presence, open up the lane, and then the one-timer, and Brian Bickle goes short side. What a pass, what a setup from 88.
Well, you talked about the fact that in your conversation this morning with the Hawks' big winger that, confidence had really gotten away from him. Want a little confidence, get out on the ice with 88 once in a while. Penalty coming up here against Chicago as Shaw got tangled, and now the Hawks will be short-handed again.
Well, we know Greg Kimberly's refereeing this game tonight.
It's 2-0, and the Kings will have a power play in a moment.
Sports Game Zone brought to you by Wingstop for every Blackhawks game at WGNTV.com. At last, sweet meets heat at Wingstop with the new Mango Habanero Wings. Sweet and so spicy. Wingstop, the wing experts. Power play coming for the LA Kings here. A battle between Dustin Brown and Andrew Shaw. There's the referee, Greg Kimberly, watching. And trust me, folks, he put up his arm right after the punch and push from Shaw on Brown in front of the Blackhawk bench.
Kings get the draw. Here's Doughty. Rolled it over. Kopitar with a long snapshot that went off a leg. Chalmerson on his backhand. And it knocked loose to the corner. Then it came out to Kruger, who's got plenty of room. Kruger looking for Ben Smith, but Toffoli was back checking.
That play there, Kruger's just got to fire it down there, Pat. He can't try to make a play there. I think you just heard about it from Joel Quenneville when he got back to the bench. Play's got to get that puck's got to get deep.
Boy, the Kings passing a little bit suspect here in the early stages of the game. We're halfway through the first.
Talk about confidence. Mentioned Brian Bickle, partner. The LA Kings 3 goals in 6 games, getting shut out 3 times in that stretch. And I know exactly what that's like when you're struggling and you just try too hard and it's not working.
Doughty's one-timer score. Oh, Drew Doughty, a rocket. He got a nice mattress pass and laid on it from Voinov. Blew it by Crawford's gloved hand. It's 2-1.
Puck retrieval, move the puck D to D. Voinov to Doughty, and you talk about the pass, Pat. Voinov puts it on a tee, and this puck just explodes off the stick of Drew Doughty, who will be playing for Canada at the Olympics. Being a teammate of Jonathan Toews, Duncan Keith, and Patrick Sharp.
All right, now the puck picked up by Rosabal. Michael Roosevelt in the Hawks lineup for back-to-back games for the first time in 2 weeks. This is cleared ahead, and a longer shot up high and wide of the LA net. Peary checked by Stoll. Versteeg in there as well. Chris Versteeg's been stuck on 99 career goals for a long time. He works his way in behind against Green. Versteeg knocked down, but put it to Letty with a shot to save. Oh, what a save on Peary! Terrific second save by Jonathan Quick. Brandon Peary had a nice point-blank rebound chance, but the lead remains 1.
Was the Stadium Series outdoor at Dodger Stadium between the LA Kings and the Anaheim Ducks. 50,000 plus fans. The Ducks winning 3-0. That was our AT&T Uverse replay.
Here's the draw now. Roosevelt bangs it in deep. Shaw got to it. Now a centering attempt comes all the way through, and Hawks have to reorganize. Nick Leddy has an assist on this road trip up till now. And Leddy chipped it ahead. Here comes Shaw. Andrew Shaw centering pass, bounce to Saad. He got Quick down, tried to center it, and Bickle's stick tied up. Now Muzzin hacked it to the corner. Saad there. He got hit hard by Stoll, who took him to the deck. Shaw dug it out. Didn't get rid of a shot. He was knocked down as he tried to get toward the goal.
But Shaw had a chance to shoot the puck right away there, Pat. Tried to get a little bit too fancy there, and Matt Green has been real physical to this point in this game. Number 2 in black for the LA Kings.
He played about 12 minutes, and regular examples, almost every shift of the physicality of the LA Kings and the way they approach the game. You had better have your head up when you're playing against this team. Mitchell getting some pressure here, has to ring it around. Brown checked by Sharp. Sharp dug it out. Patrick Sharp slipped it in front, missing Taves. It goes to Seabrook, and Quick never saw that. It went up high. Now Seabrook in behind Taves. Jonathan Taves left it for Sharp. And then Taves got knocked down by Mitchell, who's been a physical force as well. Here's Doughty going off the glass. It bounced to center eventually.
So in order to offset some of that physicality from LA, you need Bickle, you need Bolig, you need Shaw, you need Seabrook. The guys that really do it or have the ability to be able to do that is to pick their spots. You don't run on around and run out of position to try to make a big hit. You let it come to you. But when you got a chance to wish somebody a happy birthday a couple weeks early or a couple months early, you go ahead and let them have it.
But for the Hawks too, they'll be wanting to move the puck quickly and try to get the Kings out of position. Here's Voinov. It's taken away from him. Versteeg put it back to Roosevelt. Waited too long. The lane closed. And this is going to go all the way down for icing LA.
And this day in Kings history, February 3rd, 2007, Sean Burke made 40 saves in his 38th and
Well, you could wear the Ring of a Champion. Blackhawk Charities has launched an online raffle for a chance to win your very own authentic, personalized 2013 Blackhawk Stanley Cup Championship ring. The same exact ring the players wear. Be a part of Blackhawks history and purchase your raffle tickets at ChicagoBlackhawks.com for $2. All proceeds benefit Chicago Blackhawks Charities.
Fourth line matchup here. The Kruger line out for Chicago. The Fraser line for Los Angeles. Smith checked by Voinov. Now Kruger got to it, shot it from a tough angle. Quick gave a rebound, but the Kings on it. And Voinov to Clifford. Chris Clifford flipped it into Chicago ice. That's ruled to be offside as the whistle goes. Mentioned the Kings are decent at home, not great. They're 16-9-3 in this rink. They got the 10th best home point total of the league. The Blackhawks on the road 16, 6, and 7. Their 37 road points is second best in the NHL. Johnny Oduya looks ahead to Ben Smith. Smith got help from Bollig. He was stripped of it in green. Cleared the LA zone. Now Carter gets in. Jeff Carter. Had it taken away, then Kopitar. Got a bump from Bollig. Puck is up the boards, held in green, a long shot. Soaked up by Crawford, and boy, some net front presence there from Carter. He draws some attention from the white sweatered guys. As Carter got right to the front of the net.
Well, you like Marcus Kruger getting in there, giving Carter the business. And Pat, you picked up on it. Bollig took a run at Anze Kopitar. I mean, that's what you want. You get your opportunity, you got to pick your spots. Well, Kopitar was already knocked down by Bollig, and watch what happens here. Carter's going to take a whack, and look at Kruger come right in, grab him. A little bit of a face wash. And any hockey parents out there know how good those hockey gloves smell. Giving Carter the business. Hawks out shooting the Kings 9-3. With 6:06 left here in the first.
Kings win a draw. Doughty put it to the deep slot. Here's a long shot. Tip. Oh, good save and a redirect that initiated from Lewis. And Sharp run over by Trevor Lewis. Kings keep it in. Centering pass picked off Seabrook. Now it's cleared back to center ice. Here's Mitchell. His rink wide deflects to Keith. Hosa's got it now. Marian Hossa came in at a plus 23. Seabrook tries to center. That one's stolen away. The Kings get it out. Hosa's plus 23 is 7th best in the entire NHL. And he's got it now to Seabrook. Back goes Mitchell. And the Kings, Richards comes away. Brown in against Hjalmarsson, Dustin Brown. Dropped it back. Regeer goes across. Here's Voinov, a long shot. Blocked out in front of the net. Richards again to Voinov. His wrister. That didn't get past Shaw. And Andrew Shaw fights his way to center. Here's Saad into the zone. Looking back towards Shaw. The pass deflecting though. Look out. A bouncing puck shot out of play. That's going to be an LA penalty. A defensive zone clear that went up over the glass into the stands, sending the Hawks to the man advantage. They've got a 1-goal lead when we come back.
Hawks blog at WGNTV.com. The blog is brought to you by Bob Ladoni, serving the area for Nationwide Insurance for 26 years. To join the nation, contact Bob at joinbob.com. Remember, Nationwide is on your side.
Slava Voinov deflected a shot, a bouncing puck from his own end, up over the glass and out of play. That's a delay of game penalty, so the Hawks will head back to the power play.
Los Angeles penalty to number 26, Slava Voinov.
Third time in the first 15 minutes the Hawks have had a man advantage. Keith bounced it to Kane, who's figured in both Hawks goals so far. Now Kane. Dropped it back to Sharp. He lets it go, and a save by Quick. The rebound is cleared. Patrick Sharp, that's his 225th shot on goal this year. There's only one guy in the league has more than that. And there's only 4 guys that have more than his 28 goals. This play ruled offside. The Hawks, who have one power play goal in their first couple of opportunities, looking to add another with 85 seconds remaining on this opportunity. Quick change here, and Versteeg, Saad, and Hossa come over the boards along with Seabrook and Leddy.
That shift was 35 seconds for that number one power play unit.
Nick Leddy moved it to Marian Hossa. He chipped it ahead, hoping for Chris Versteeg, but Richards arriving first. And it's knocked out to center. Saad gains the line back for the Hawks. Brandon Saad will try to send it rink wide. That's picked out of midair, but was knocked down by a high stick from Jeff Carter. And the whistle goes.
Like to see Brandon Saad there, Pat, get that puck to his forehand and make a little cleaner, crisper type of play as he pulled up. Did the right thing by pulling up, drawing somebody to him, but he tried to make that fancy backhand pass about 40 feet. Give the Kings credit. They sniffed it out. Carter knocked it out of midair, but if you bring that puck to your forehand all the way, then maybe you can give yourself a little bit better of a option if you can get that puck to your forehand.
Kopitar's stick tied up by Sharp, so Kane able to keep it in. Taves for Kane. Kane for Keith. He'll look to Sharp. Shaw has assumed the position, which he always does in front of the net. Here's a long shot. Good save by Quick through a Shaw screen. Rebound. Shot just wide by Kane. It comes back to Sharp. Tried to center, picked off by Green. Now Kane looks back to Sharp. Patrick Kane moving to the middle, left it for Taves. A quick shot, short side save by Quick. Rebound held in by Sharp. His rink wide though picked off at Kopitar. Back into the Hog zone. A wrister and a blocker save by Crawford. The LA penalty over both teams full strength. Well, Chalmers had to just get rid of that. Everybody was changing. Back in Williams, tapped it deep. Oduya tied up in the corner. It's up the boards, picked off by Kruger. Marcus Kruger looks towards Ben Smith. Kruger knocked down, penalty coming up. I believe that might have been Regier. Or maybe it was Brown was also in the neighborhood. And the Blackhawks are going to get another power play. Now Regier trying to rough it up a little bit at the side of the net. But Dustin Brown, who does a lot of things that upset other players around the National Hockey League. A late jolt to Kruger in the neutral zone.
Well, in the middle of the ice, Marcus Kruger had moved the puck, and then Dustin Brown came and took a piece of Marcus Kruger, and there you see Hjalmarsson. Well, on that look there, Pat, it actually looked like he caught him with the shoulder. But it was a late hit.
Interference is the call on Brown.
Yeah, it was a shoulder, Pat, and I think that's why it's an interference call. Kruger will have moved this puck right there. And there he takes a piece of him and interferes. Right call made. And then you saw Kruger and Hjalmarsson both skating after Dustin Brown there, Pat. So another power play opportunity for the Hawks in this first period.
The fourth. In the first 18 minutes of the game, the Hawks have had 6 shots in their first 3 man advantages, and one of those went in. That from Patrick Kane, 62 seconds into the game. Kings get the draw though, and Green's clearing attempt held in. Hossa. Now Seabrook looks to Leddy. He'll put it to Hossa. He moves top of the ring, shooting. That's blocked out in front by Green. Hossa gets it back. Versteeg wants Saad back door. The pass went off a skate though and out.
Second time Chris Versteeg's had that type of play there, Pat, where he's had the puck to the right of Jonathan Quick. He's looked to pass both times. There's room there for Chris Versteeg to take that puck to the net. Offside against the Hawks there. One too many moves by Marian Hossa. But I think Versteeg's got an opportunity to take that puck to the net himself and create a high quality chance. The less passing you do, the better. And I think on that situation to the right of Jonathan Quick, if you're Chris Versteeg, just go ahead and just take it right to the blue paint.
Kings get another draw. Minute and a half remaining in the period. 75 left on the Hawks power play. Kane has to chip it deep. Regeer getting back. And Doughty cleared it. Now Shaw chipped it ahead, but it goes right to Carter, and he is clearing it. That hit the helmet on its way down the ice. Either Regeer or Shaw took one right off the melon. Final minute now of the opening period. Taves in for Shaw. Dropped it to Sharp, who will shoot. Missed the net. Rebound for Green. Made a good pass. Out comes Carter. Jeff Carter in shorthanded with Richards. Mike Richards checked by Sharp. Then Carter gets it back. And the Kings will try to play a little keep away. And boy, that was an onside play. It looked like, but the offside whistle sounds from Ryan Galloway. So just 11 seconds left of the LA penalty and 21 left in the period.
Had a quick birthday shout out. Young lady spending her birthday here in LA at the Blackhawk game. Michelle Mealy of Bloomingdale, Illinois. Hoping for a birthday and Blackhawk win out here in LA.
Hawks get the draw. Saad up the board. Hossa heading in deep. He rings it around for Seabrook. Versteeg, the LA penalty over, goes down low. Here's Saad trying to center. Hossa, oh, and his one-timer might have been partially blocked. Held in Letty. In behind Versteeg, center, picked off Regeer, and that will finish the opening period. A late flurry and a near miss for Marian Hossa and the Blackhawks, who outshoot the Kings 12-5 in the opening 20 minutes tonight. They scored 62 seconds in by Kane. Then Bickle added another. Doughty for Los Angeles.
Period is brought to you by Subway. And Subway restaurants, and to start it off right, you have a chance to win $5 footlong subs. Just be the 500 texter to text footlong to 97999. Go to WGNTV.com for complete rules and info. No purchase necessary.
All right, let's take a look at the first period stats. We mentioned that shot total. The Hawks, in large part, that has something to do with all the power play time they had. And the hit total we also mentioned. Of course, the Hawks had the puck a lot, but the Kings are a team that really wants to play the body, and they did it regularly in the opening 20 minutes tonight. Well, the Hawks had about 5.5 minutes of power play time out of the opening 20. The Kings had just under 4 minutes of power play time in the first period tonight.
So just under half the first period was specialty teams.
Yeah.
Aha. The abacus is working. Let me use that big toe for a second.
All right, now underway with the second. As Toffoli will chip it in. Good play by Oduya to Taves. And he squeezes through two checks. Jonathan Taves tried to work a give and go, but a good stick by Carter on the back check. And now Oduya for Chicago. Donnie Oduya's had an even rating 4 straight games. This pass though picked off Toffoli. Oh, Oduya, good stick. Otherwise, Kopitar was in. And back comes Hossa. Marian Hossa going across to Sharp. His shot. Good block out in front by Mitchell. And then Toffoli sends it out of the zone. Mitchell put it in. Kopitar. Jay Kopitar put on the brakes. Put it to Carter with a shot. Good pad save by Crawford. Rebound Kopitar. Now Kopitar's pass in front. A shot. Might have got ironed on the way by Dustin Brown. A one-timer. Beat Crawford to the stick side, but it hit the post. Here's Seabrook clearing it back into the LA zone. The race for icing. will be won by Robin Regehr, who just appeared in his 1,000th NHL game the other night. So a fine milestone by a good defenseman for a long time. And you've talked about him, Eddie. When he hits you, you feel it, don't you?
Yeah, he's a heavy human, and he's not afraid to play that rough style. He played it in Calgary for all those years, and now patrolling the back end here in LA.
Richards won a draw. Here's Green, a long shot. Crawford the save. It's loose. Rebound. And somehow Brown didn't finish it. It's cleared to the boards. Bollig got it out of there. Now Kruger to Smith. He was checked at center. Williams moved it ahead to Richards. 2-on-2 into the zone. He mishandled it. And Seabrook's clearing attempt held in by Williams. Seabrook took it back, feeding Peary. Brandon Peary rings it around. Willie Mitchell put it back to Drew Doughty. Then Williams, Justin Williams, in the last 12 games, no goals, 1 assist. Kings counting on him for offense, and nothing's been happening of late. Peary at the other end is checked. Now taken by Leddy. And it's cleared around the boards. Kane hit by Mitchell. Peary dropped it back. Roosevelt to Kane. Into the corner, Peary. Brandon Peary leaves it along the wall, and now Kane works to the middle. Able to stick handle away from one man, but to stand with him was Stoll. And eventually Jared Stoll got it out of there. Now taken by Leddy. It's dumped into LA territory. Regehr to Doughty. Put it back around. Regehr missed Clifford with a pass, and now Saad back into the zone. Brandon Saad going wide. Now had to chip it around. Shaw took a hit but dropped into a wide open Keith. He moves in and lets it go, and it came right back to him. He tried again. Oh, just missed the near post. I don't think Quick ever saw it. It's cleared back to center. Then Clifford poked it in on Seabrook. Seabrook bracing for contact, able to absorb the hit. Puck loose to the Kings. Now King dropped it back. It's held into Mitchell with a long blast, missing the mark. And Slava Voinov getting back for Los Angeles. Kings send it into LA or Chicago territory. Keith up the boards to an open Hossa. Marian Hossa gains the line, then with a wrist shot into the glove of Jonathan Quick.
Well, tickets are on sale now for Madhouse at the Museum, the official Blackhawks tailgate party before the Stadium Series at Soldier Field on March the 1st. Tailgate at the Field Museum's North Terrace will include food and beverage along with entertainment and raffle prizes. Visit Ticketmaster.com to purchase your passes today.
Right now, Oduya battles to keep it in, but the Kings come out. Carter in on Johnson with speed right around him. Johnson's going to get a penalty. That's a good penalty. Here's Kopitar. Alex will get the puck, and the whistle's going to go, but Jeff Carter with good wheels in full flight when he was able to blow around Hjalmarsson.
Well, the one thing Jeff Carter can do is that's really skate, Pat. And he gets to the outside of Nicholas Hjalmarsson, and Hjalmarsson gives him the old can opener there, braces the shaft of the stick around the waist and impedes the progress of Carter.
All right, now the draw. Won by the Kings, and they've been really good at the dot so far tonight. Doughty put it to Kopitar, then got it back and let it go into the glove. Good look for Crawford. He's able to sort of look around a screen attempt from Carter. And Crawford made a nice stop.
Well, Doughty with the goal back in the first period, right in the middle of the ice. Crawford's able to see that all the way, and watch her just look it right into the trapper.
Kopitar, Carter, Toffoli out in front of the Kings power play with Doughty and Voinov, the point men. The draw taken by Voinov. Doughty to Voinov. He'll look to Kopitar. Voinov's one-timer just missed. Rebound into the corner. Taken by Doughty. Now it jumped into the near corner, the battle there, and the Kings able to get control of the puck. Voinov put it across a long shot. Doughty, good save by Crawford. That hurt him.
Yeah, it did.
Drew Doughty, a rising blast. If you were with us early, their first goal, their only goal, with a rocket from Doughty, who got all of this one. It was absorbed by Crawford painfully.
Corey Crawford's able to see this puck there, and it just kind of buckles him for a second, Pat, but he pops back up right away. Brent Seabrook checked with him before he left the ice. And I like how the official here is buying a little bit of time here, Pat, knowing that Crawford took that high, hard shot.
Williams off the draw, dropped it back. Now Muzzin to Stoll. Jake Muzzin to Justin Williams with a wrist shot, missing the target. Rebound Stoll, put it in behind. Williams there. Muzzin, a wrister, and the redirect winds up in the corner, chased down by Keith. Tapped it up the boards, Hossa couldn't catch up. It's held in and then dumped away from Muzzin, but not out. Duncan Keith picked up a loose puck. He's taken down, cleared it to Hossa, who was checked, held in Williams. Williams back to Muzzin. He goes down low. Brown taking a look. Brown shot it from a bad angle. Crawford stopped it. Now jammed loose on the boards, but not out. Stoll moving in. Muzzin with a drive. Goal post. That's the second time the Kings have hit iron in this period, and that one bounced out of play. Now Roosevelt and Williams in a stare down. A little shove exchange back and forth. But they now separate.
Well, the Kings moving the puck around nicely there, and Dustin Brown standing right in front of the net. Two Kings there, and as you picked up, Pat, right off the right post in behind Corey Crawford.
Now, the draw, again won by the King. Doughty to Voinov. His shot blocked by Oduya. Voinov rolled it over. Toffoli a whack, and a good save by Crawford short side. Rebound to the boards, and Seabrook's clearing attempt bounced loose. Kruger able to get it the length. And that's going to finish the Chicago penalty. Both teams are back at full strength. Toffoli gets the line, tried to center Kopitar right in. He scores! That pass was not intended for Anze Kopitar, but somehow it bounced to him. And the Kings, who were once down by 2, have now drawn even.
Pat, I'm not sure if this has anything to do with what happens here with Kopitar scoring, but watch what happens. Nicholas Hjalmarsson's going to come out of the penalty box. And usually when the play is up in this area, you just take off and you just start to play defense. But watch what happens. There's Hjalmarsson, and he leaves. He goes to make a change. Now, usually when the play is coming like that, usually you're going to stay back and keep it a 5-on-5. Now, you're right. It took a fortunate bounce. The bounce went to Kopitar, and the puck found its way to the back of the net. But for me in that situation, Hjalmarsson's got to jump into the play. He can't go to the bench there because maybe there's an opportunity for him to be in that line of fire. I know it was a quick play, but
Kings got the puck into the blue paint, now jammed back here. Stole a shot and a save by Crawford. Rebound Rosabal. He's able to send Peary out of the zone. Looking ahead, Versteeg gets the line. Shoots one. Bad save, quick. Rebound Versteeg, got checked. Taken away by the Kings. Mitchell moved it ahead. King going wide. And taken away by Versteeg. Leddy up the ice. Nick Leddy looks to center. That jumped away from Kane to Williams. And out comes Doughty. Drew Doughty left it for Brown. He's centered. Here's Williams. And he fired it wide. Boy, the Kings have had 3 or 4 really good looks in this period, and they've missed the net. Now an icing call against Chicago.
nice play there from Drew Doughty to get the puck to Dustin Brown as they were entering the zone here, Pat, and on the left part of the screen. Here comes Justin Williams. Gets it and just misses the net by a good 1.5 feet to the left of Corey Crawford. And there's a timeout coming here. Would anticipate it, Joel Quenneville.
Well, the Blackhawks were 7.5 minutes into the period. They've had 2 shots. The Kings have had 11. And probably a couple of, I mean, icing's the main reason Coach Q's going to circle the wagons here, but he also trying to get things settled down because the Kings are coming hard and looks needing to try to get momentum back on their side, which they had for the most part in the first period, but a much different story so far here in period 2. The LA Kings coming into the game tonight only in the playoffs by 4 points. Well, the biggest reason for that, they've gone 1-7. And in their last 8 games, they've scored only 8 goals, but they've got 2 halfway through regulation tonight. And a team desperately in need of a win. The Blackhawks aren't very happy either. I mean, they've gone 1, 2, and 3, so they've taken 5 points out of the last 12. Not the kind of pace they've been used to keeping in this otherwise very strong season. Here's the draw. Richards. Roll it in, Williams. Now Richards dropped it back to Doughty, who's open and unloads. And another goal post. The third time they've hit iron to this frame. Now it's taken by Kane. He's able to get a backhander out. Hawks scurry to try to change, but Seabrook stays on the ice. Here comes Williams. Moves in with a shot. Crawford! Oh, a fine glove save by Corey Crawford as Justin Williams had him one-on-one, point blank. We've played 8 minutes here in the second period, and the Kings have scored in the frame to draw even with Williams. A chance there to put him in front. This is where we take a look at the Ford upcoming schedule. 2 more games on this road trip. We'll be in Anaheim on Wednesday and then in Phoenix to finish off a 6-game swing on Friday. Then the Olympics happen for a couple of weeks. Hawks will next play after the Olympics in New York against the Rangers. The next time they'll be in Chicago is March 1. That's the outdoor game at Soldier Field against Pittsburgh. And then the next time they'll be in the UC is Tuesday the 4th. Against the red-hot Colorado Avalanche, who won their game tonight. And entering this action, Colorado only 3 points behind Chicago in the division. And they got a couple of games in hand as Crawford picks off a centering attempt and holds.
Yeah, the Avalanche winning in New Jersey tonight, partner. They were down 1-0 pretty much the whole game, and then scored a goal late to tie it, and then eventually won it in overtime on a power play.
Kings win another draw. Doughty, Kopitar. And it taken away by Taves. Here comes Hossa. Here's Sharp with a long blast up off the glass. And Toffoli back for the Kings. He mishandled it. Oduya made a good feed. Here comes Taves. He looks for Hossa with a quick shot. Good block by Mitchell. Hawks needing a little offensive zone time for their big line here. Long shot. Hjalmarsson is blocked out in front by Mitchell.
Probably had 3 or 4 of those type of plays there, Mitchell.
Hasn't he?
Yeah. Hossa here.
Yep.
Not going to stick out of the hands of Anze Kopitar, and Hossa not happy at all with official Brian Pochmara. Well, Kopitar was going up the middle of the ice looking for a breakout situation, and Hossa was on the back check. Left part of your screen, the sprint is in the middle right at the center ice, and there you see Hossa knocks a stick out of the hands of Kopitar.
Chicago penalty to number 81, Marian Hossa. 2 minutes for slashing.
Aaron Stoll to Jake Muzzin, no lane. Richards.
At 8:54.
Now rolled it in behind the net. Brown lost it to Keith. Made a good pass. Here comes Kruger to Smith. And now the Kings look to start back. Jared Stoll leads him up the ice. He's not at a point in his last 9 games. This rush attempt sort of got gummed up. Richards has to ring it around. Held in by Muzzin. Now a Brown pass attempt picked off, and Saad put it the other way. And a minute of power play time remaining for Los Angeles.
Good angles there from Ben Smith to shut off Kopitar. Now the Kings have to take it back, and probably kills off a good 25 seconds here, Pat. Great job by Kruger and Smith.
Finally they get out of their own end. Toffoli in for Carter going wide, looking to drive the net. He did. He centered, and he couldn't quite connect with Kopitar. Here's Voinov to Carter. Voinov takes a look. He'll give it back to Kopitar. Kopitar dropped it back. Voinov, no lane. Had to ring it around the boards. Carter on the other side. Toffoli moves to the dot. Shooting shoulder save, and a good one by Crawford. Rebound deflected up high, then off the netting. So the whistle goes, and yeah, Corey Crawford's been fortunate this period. They've hit 3 posts, but he's made a handful of real good and important stops as well.
LA's had probably at least 3 A+ chances, and there you see the LA Kings following up on the rebound opportunity high and hard there, and I don't know if that went off the stick of Johnny Oduya. That's why the faceoff's going to stay inside to the right of Corey Crawford. Need this faceoff here.
But it's the Kings who get another. They've been dominant in this period. Here's Green, a long shot, kicked away Crawford. And that as well goes up off the netting, and the whistle goes just as Hossa's penalty expires. So the Hawks able to get through that PK with no more damage done. And we've come to the 9-minute mark of the second period. It's a 2-2 count. LA Blackhawks fans always well represented. Hey, there's a McHenry legend. Sherry Waitula let her husband Ron come along. That's good. Another legend on the left of that picture, Tommy Reynolds, was actually here in spite of bronchitis. A guy who was a linebacker on the 1966 Notre Dame National Championship team. And great to see them at the game tonight. Rooting the Blackhawks on. And hopefully they can help the visitors find a little momentum, which has not been in any evidence at all here in period 2 to this point. Taves working the corner. Cleared around the boards, and Doughty for LA able to send it out. Pass was at the feet of Letty. Taves had to retrieve, and this one is cleared to center ice for Mitchell. Letty has to get back. Roosevelt took a hit, cleared it up into the center ice area. Now Fratton with a chip and chase. In against Letty. Tried to unload on Nick Letty. Got all boards as Letty was able to sidestep him. And the Hawks still get the puck. Letty put it on the stick of Kane. Wanted to pass it to himself, but it didn't work out. Letty has to turn back. Brandon Peary and Nick Hjalmarsson. Chipped it deep. Regier checked by Kane. Now a good jolt from Versteeg. He won the puck. Versteeg to Peary. The shot is blocked. Peary tried again. That's blocked as well by Regier. Bounce high into the air. Batted wide out of midair by Versteeg. Now Kane along the boards. Had it taken away by Williams. And LA's Brown gets into the zone. Dustin Brown put it across Muzzin. A shot. That deflected wide.
Good play by Hjalmarsson there.
Now they flail away in deep. Richards rolled it loose. Muzzin centering. Oh, what a save and a redirect. That was a pass. Hot pass from Muzzin that was tipped right on at Crawford. Closing the door on the 5-hole.
Another A-plus save from Corey Crawford. The LA Kings win the physical battle down low. There's a lot of hacking and whacking going on below the goal line. Duncan Keith, Justin Williams, and then a quick pass, Muzzin to Dustin Brown, who's had 2 high-quality chances there, Pat. And Dustin Brown only has 10 goals on the season, but he's had a couple of great looks here.
All right, now the Kings Muzzin looks to Green. His pass went to the middle, picked off Bowling, but he couldn't get a shot through. Williams got it out of there. Seabrook looks towards Smith. Back goes Green. He's going to be checked by Kruger, stolen by Bowling. Brandon Bowling chipped it in behind. Smith there wants to get it to Kruger. He got sandwiched and dropped to the ice. With some contact now alongside Letty. Tip, they score! Oh, after Marcus Kruger got leveled right near the blue paint, he scraped himself up off the ice, redirected a long shot, and Kruger's tip has the Hawks back in front. There's a little bit of price paying to make something good happen.
Well, Marcus Kruger has done a really good job on a penalty kill. He goes to the front of the net. There he gets sandwiched. Maybe he gets a piece of Jonathan Quick, and he's coming back. He hangs around in that area and then redirects his puck past a very aggressive Jonathan Quick. Our Honda replay shows the battle in front of the net. Kruger gets back to his feet, finds himself into the middle, and then Quick looks left and the puck goes right.
Well, the Hawks able to regain the advantage as Doughty moved it ahead to Lewis. Trevor Lewis's pass goes all the way across. Seabrook is bothered by King, who tried to jam it loose. In deep is Doughty. Lewis down low. Or King that was. He put it out in front. Here's a blast by Stoll. Good save by Crawford, who's able to lunge forward and capture a loose puck. So Corey Crawford with a bucket full of real solid stops here in period 2, keeping his team in front.
Their deepest sympathies with the passing of one of their own, the Kane family. Donald Kane, the grandfather and best friend of Patrick Kane, passed away today in Buffalo, New York. Grandpa Kano, as Kaner called him, will be sorely missed. And after Patrick Kane scored that goal, Pat, he acknowledged his grandfather with a little kiss and a point to the sky, and also made mention of him at the end of that interview that we had with him after the first period. So we're thinking about the entire Kane family all over North America, and especially back in Buffalo.
And number 28, Ben Smith. Time to goal 13:51.
Here's Hossa moving in, left it for Taves. The shot got blocked. Boy, great pickup by the crew here. At least we had not noticed that move that he made after he scored before, and certainly makes that goal infinitely more meaningful. And it was meaningful enough as it was, you know. But great for Kaner, and of course then a couple of shifts after that, after scoring, and that happened 62 seconds into the game. He's got a 3-on-1, and we said at the time, unselfishly gave up a shooting opportunity to put a puck right on the stick of a guy who's really been struggling, and Brian Bickle finished it. So Patrick Kane doing a lot of the right things throughout the contest this evening. Right now Voinov cleared it back into the Hawk zone. Keith lost it. Kopitar to Carter. Well, Kopitar got checked by Kruger.
A little different to pairings going on right now, Pat, for the Hawks. Last couple of shifts, you've had Hjalmarsson and Keith together, and you've had Oduya and Seabrook together here the last 5 or 6 shifts.
This one rolls all the way to Crawford, and he's able to hang on to it. Well, the lead goal of this game scored on his last shift by Marcus Kruger. And how about this? When you can say your fourth line center in the last 14 games he's played, and there have been only 6 where he did get on the score sheet. I mean, you're getting that production like that from a fourth line centerman. Should be some good things happening.
Yeah, it speaks to the depth of the organization and the trust factor that Coach Q has with playing his fourth line, really, in any situation.
Pass just escaping Saad. Taken by Muzzin. 4 minutes remain in period 2. 3-2 in favor of the visitors. Now Shaw carries the mail. Andrew Shaw looking to break a 5-game score, a pointless streak.
I love how Patrick Kane, during that interview, Pat, recognized, is what we picked up as well on the telestrator, of who made the play there, with Andrew Shaw going hard to the net to open up that lane to get the puck to Brian Bickle.
Now a long pass. They're going to catch the Hawks, and a change. Richards pulls up. Now a pass. Oh, one pass too many. Brown, instead of shooting, tried to feed Williams, and he missed him.
That was almost like a shot pass. I mean, it was a really hard pass. No chance for Williams to handle that.
Peary to the other end for Kane. He waits. He wires. He was maybe hoping for Peary with a pass deflected. Now Kane in behind. Puck taken away, and Keith with a keep.
They're back together now, Keith and Seabrook.
Here's Versteeg from the corner. His rink wide picked up by Peary. Ooh, strike one. Maybe got a little bit anxious with a little bit of space, which doesn't happen very often against the Kings. Versteeg not rubbed out by Brown. And Williams looking to start the Kings back. And to just get rid of it to clear. And Hjalmarsson for Chicago there to catch the Kings in a change. Here's Sharp for the goal. Stick handling. What a save by Quick. Good pull move to the backhand by Patrick Sharp, but Quick stayed with him and snuffed out the chance.
The Hawks left part of your screen. Here comes Taves. Here comes Sharp. The LA Kings in the middle of a change. Forehand, backhand for Patrick Sharp. And what a pad save there from Jonathan Quick. Sharpie not able to elevate this puck here, Pat. Just not able to get it upstairs. And on Jonathan Quick, anytime you get him moving laterally, you've got to think about elevation. Crossbar and in. Now look at Mitchell and Sharp going at it on those near boards. Remember, they went at it in the first period.
Now it's kept by Letty. Hossa with a long shot. Quick stopped and rebound to the Kings stole. And Lewis had it taken away by Hossa. Then he was checked. Lewis gets it back. Hossa staying with him, however. As a result, nothing happens for LA. Hossa sending it in. Doughty starts out. They dump it into Chicago territory. Smith able to clear it the other way. Muzzin gets back. Pass missing. Carter goes all the way down, icing LA to be called with 63 left in the second. Well, the Hawks have 3 goals on Jonathan Quick tonight. That's a rarity. In 17 games out of the 30 he's played, he's held the opponents to 2 or less. I mean, that's pretty rock-solid goaltending. A big part of the reason that the Kings, as a team, have the best goals against average in the league. They're at 204. Their save percentage is .923. There's only one team in the league better than that. So it's a well-schooled team defensively, but their goaltending has also been terrific. Oduya keeps it into Kane. He leaves it for Saad, who got knocked down by Green. And now Muzzin to Foley, clearing it out. Back comes Saad. Half a minute left. Saad dropped it to Kane. His wrister is saved. Rebound, a shot, and a save by Quick. Seabrook found the puck, and it's underneath Quick. We didn't seem to be sure where it was, but he made a very big stop. Couple of stops there for the Kings.
Looked like the puck was laying there for a boatload of time. Watch the left part of your screen. There it is. There it is. Andrew Shaw can't get it. There's Brent Seabrook. Now watch Quick there. He throws the puck at Brandon Saad here, Pat. After he makes the save, Saad comes in and gets a little bit of a poke at him. Yeah, right between the legs there. And there you see Quick throw the puck at Brandon Saad.
Understandable. Quick taking a moment here and getting a little bit of extra time from referee Pakmara. After
Saad the surgeon sounds sounds like maybe a post-hockey career there for Brandon Saad, just looking to get that rebound. Unfortunately, catches Quick somewhere in between the hip and the knee.
Oh, you're teeing me up, aren't you? Look at you. Look at you.
Oh, no.
Here's the draw. Now Doughty ringing it around. Williams able to clear it. 10 left as Smith goes across. Keith will chip it in. That's going to finish the second period. Well, the LA Kings in the first half of the period were dominant. Well, the Blackhawks got a few more things going near the tail end of period 2. And a goal from Kopitar in the second, a goal from Kruger in the second to put his team back in front. Hey, happy birthday, Danny. Hopefully the Hawks can add a 2-point night to your large collection of birthday gifts. The Hawks have a 1-goal lead, getting ready for the third. Mike Kitchen has a headset on for us. This is not a game for the faint of heart, it doesn't look like. But what were the points you guys were really trying to stress as coaches trying to get your team ready for the third?
Well, there's not a lot of room out on the ice, obviously. They're coming right through us and finishing their checks, and they're doing a good job. I mean, they're right on top of their game, and it's something that we want to do. We got to have better puck management and getting their puck in behind their D and getting across and supporting those same side chips. And of course, we want to play in their end a lot more, play that 200-foot game, get it out of our end and get it down into their end as quick as we can through the neutral zone.
It's the point of emphasis of getting more support in the offensive zone. Can you just elaborate a little bit on
But-
why it's so important that guys without the puck can get over there and help out a little bit?
Well, it's something what they're doing. They're doing a good job. Their first guy going into the puck area is eliminating our guys. So if we have closer support, we can come up with those loose pucks because we want to make sure we try to 2-on-1 them all over the ice, especially down in the offensive zone there. We want to have that close support where we pick up the first loose puck first, and we got to use our points more. As you saw in the Kruger goal, there was one-timer by Letty from the point, and we get a tip, and we get some action off that shot.
Hey, Kitch, could you talk a little bit? I don't know if there's a way to fix this getting ready for a third period. Your team in the faceoff dot has really struggled. I mean, how can that get fixed?
Well, it's something we're talking about scrambling the draw, having the centerman scramble the draw, and having our wingers and defensemen move forward and help out get any of those loose pucks. And we also had a little chat with the linesman just to make both teams stop, going into the face-off where it's fair.
All right, appreciate a couple minutes. Good luck here in the third.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kitch. All right, now it's dumped into the LA zone. And by the way, to those face-off numbers, the Hawks have won 21% of the draws. They've won 9. The Kings have won 33 up until the start of the third. Hossa from the corner. It's taken away to Toffoli, and the Kings get out. Carter for Toffoli. He bounced it forward. Kopitar couldn't put a fork in that bouncing puck. And now finally Chalmerson backhands to center ice. Carter's long clip shot steered away by Crawford. Hossa put it on the stick of Kruger into the zone. He got checked and turned it over at the blue line. Richards the other way. Just cleared it right ahead. It goes to Crawford, who covers up.
And the third period of Blackhawks hockey on WGN is brought to you by Robert Morris. Did you know that Robert Morris University has 8 hockey teams in the state of Illinois? Robert Morris University, a leader in extracurricular opportunities.
Ben Smith in for this draw, the defensive zone against Richards. And Richards gets pitched. And the draw. Hey, the Hawks are 2 for 2 with the faceoff dot in this period. All right, they're on a hot streak. Here's Kruger sending it deep, Muzzin back. He got hit hard into the corner by Bowling. Now Muzzin back into the play, rolled it across to Green, who's forced to turn. Well, it's Peel off to change, so that allows Muzzin to waltz out and fire a long shot that's steered away by Crawford. Now Doughty. Face a little pressure. The Kings have to just chip this out. Stoll rings it around. Doughty kept it at a bounce shot, bounces to Crawford, who will hang on to it.
And Pat, I got another couple shout outs here. Jimmy Lagatuda, Mike Sullivan, and John Knapp, all in from Chicago and all celebrating their 50th birthday in 2014. So they decided to celebrate by coming out to LA and watching the Blackhawks. So we hope those gentlemen are enjoying themselves, as many Blackhawk fans are here at Staples Center.
Yeah, a lot of red, white, and black throughout the stands, as there almost always is. And the one thing I know about those 3 guys you mentioned celebrating the birthday, they're wearing less clothing than they would have had to at home. A little different in our neck of the woods than it is for all you folks back at home. Bouncing puck Stoll, taken down. Well, the Hawks side, able to get back into the offensive zone. He got checked right there, though, and Regier able to knock him down. White King rolled it ahead. The Kings dump it. Roosevelt lost it. Here's Lewis. Letty took it back, chipped it up the boards, and Shaw could only get as far as center. Back comes Drew Doughty. He steps into the zone to Mitchell, who shoots
Shoulder save. Crawford down early, but able to reach up with his right side and make the stop. And just dump back the other way. And Clifford got it out of there. Matt Fratton left it. Frazier's pass deflecting into Clifford. He was checked. Put it back to Regier. Across to Voinov, who tried to center Fratton. Big save by Crawford. It's loose. Boy, the whistle went early. The Hawks caught a break. A puck that really could have been still alive. The play was blown dead, but a great stop by Crawford in a one-on-one.
Well, what a pass there from Slava Voinov over to Matt Fratton. The shot. Puck is there, and then here comes Kyle Clifford. Looking for that loose puck. And Crawford not sure where that puck was there, Pat, and then the whistle happened right when Crawford was putting his glove down. Where the referees are instructed that when they lose sight of that puck is to blow the whistle. And that's what referee Greg Kimmerly did.
Mitchell, Doughty, and a chop it deep. Now they work on the boards. Toffoli had it and lost it to Toews. He brings it around, hoping for Sharp. The puck cleared back to center ice. Oduya lost that one, but then Toews able to get it back. Toews to the dot. Right, a shot that was stopped by Quick. And Toews works in the corner, jammed it free. Got to the middle, but the Kings clear it out of the zone. Now taken by Doughty. And LA starts back. Here comes Brown. The LA captain, Dustin Brown. Wrist shot is handled by Crawford, who had thoughts of playing it, but will smother it instead of giving it to Keith.
Well, Dustin Brown will be playing along with Patrick Kane and Jonathan Quick for Team USA when they head over to the Olympics in Sochi, Russia this coming weekend. Dustin Brown will be a real big part of Team USA, Pat. A guy that's versatile, can really bring the physical presence. He's had a tough time scoring. He's had a good game here tonight. Nothing to show for it. But he's a guy that can play either side and a real physical presence.
Well, Eddie, I mean, so many LA players have been struggling offensively. I mean, here's a guy, he's got 10 goals. He's got 16 points. Now, he's been around long enough, you should be able to have some expectations. That's a 25-goal guy.
No question.
And a 50-point guy.
Yeah.
He's going to get nowhere near likely either one of those numbers.
I mean, he could easily have 2 goals here tonight.
Oh, yes,
I mean, the chances
yes.
have been here. And those are the things for any time a team's struggling or a guy struggling. It looks like there's going to be a penalty here, Pat.
Did they get 2 guys tossed out of the faceoff? Yes, I think that's the case. If you get 2 guys thrown out of a faceoff, one after another, that's a penalty. But they just ruled that the puck was dropped unfairly. There was some conversation that made us wonder whether they might have had 2 in a row, which I did not detect happening. But anyway, we're back to the play. Here's Seabrook. Cleared it back to center ice. Keith fires up back into the LA end. Oh, Smith, Ben Smith was interfered with. That's a penalty. Ben Smith tipped the puck forward. That was just leveled. And you can't do that. The Hawks will go back to the power play.
A guy that's been real physical here tonight for the LA Kings, Matt Green.
Los Angeles, number 2.
Good breakout pass though from Duncan Keith to Ben Smith. He puts this up the middle of the ice, dumps it in, and there you see Green interfering with Ben Smith. If not mistaken, Pat, last year opening night in a shortened season,
2 minutes for interference.
the Hawks were here in LA to start the season. I think Matt Green took 3 minor penalties in that game, very similar. 2 of those interference calls. The Hawks ended up smoking the LA Kings on opening night.
The Hawks power play was scored once tonight. Kane goes down low. Taves back to Kane. Now it's Sharp in front of the net. Here's Kane. His shot. Quick to save. Rebound to Keith with the blast. Missed the net. Rebound held in Roosevelt. Again, the Hawks have gone to 2 defensemen at the points on the power play with a third period lead, which they've done a little bit more often here in the last little while. Keith along glass, broke his stick. Keith quick kicked it away. Now taken by Kane. Roosevelt back to Kane. Roosevelt took his eye off the pass and Hawks will need to regroup. Here's Taves getting in. On a stick handle to the middle, left it for Kane. Patrick Kane hangs on across to Roosevelt. His long shot. That hit the backside of Taves, who threw it in front, picked off King. And now Kane and Quick sort of got tangled. Now Doughty comes over to scrape Patrick Kane off his goalie.
And you mentioned it, Pat, that shot from Roosevelt stung Jonathan Taves.
Now we get to half a minute remaining on the Hawks man advantage. Seabrook gains the line. A wrist shot handled by Quick, no rebound.
A lot of things to watch here, Pat, on this next replay coming up. The shot from Micah Roosevelt is going to hit Jonathan Taves. I mean, he's shaking up. He also got a stick to the side of the head from Willie Mitchell. There you see Mitchell. And you saw what Jonathan Quick did there, Pat. He realized it was Patrick Kane, and he just kind of give him the scissor lock there. He wasn't going to let him go, and then all of a sudden you got Mitchell and Doughty giving Kane the business, standing in front of the net.
Hawks get a draw to Seabrook. Hossa, Seabrook's one-timer. Oh, that stick broke as well. And it comes to Hossa. He fires. Oh, and he just missed the top corner. Held in by Versteeg. Now Chris Versteeg to Hossa. Leddy put it to Seabrook. Now Hossa's going to get it back to Leddy. The pass was not in his wheelhouse. Hossa to Versteeg. The LA penalty over. Both teams full strength. Hossa to Leddy with a blast. He scores! Nick Leddy! At the expiration of a Hawks power play, Leddy able to power it by Quick from 45 feet, and it's 4-2.
Boy, great movement by this second unit on a Blackhawk power play. And Pat, you picked up on it a couple of times. Pass is not in the wheelhouse, but this one from Hossa to Nick Leddy, a screen in front of the net on Jonathan Quick. Mike Richards with the screen. Watch the reaction of Richards in front here, Pat. 10 in black right there. Watch him look. He's going to look straight up. 10 in black. He looks straight up, realizing that he screened his goaltender. But what a release from Nick Leddy. I think we better send Troy Parchment, the terrific equipment manager for the Blackhawks, over to Jerry's out at West Meadows. See my buddy Jeff and get some sticks that work. Talking about a wardrobe malfunction. You had Keith earlier. You had Seabrook there. But Nick Leddy's perfectly placed. What a pass from Hossa. And what a shot there from Nick Leddy.
And can you hear, I hope you can in the background, a huge contingent of Hawks fans with a Let's Go Hawks chant. It has drawn the ire of the locals. Well, the Hawks are here and they're loud, their fans are. And now they're back to a 2-goal lead, which they did have midway in the first. Bickle had very little ice time tonight, just 4 minutes, but he gets this in front to Shaw. It bounced to Bickle, and his shot attempt blocked. The puck was rolling on him a little. And now the Kings, White King able to get it out. Here's Roosevelt. Sending it in there. Doughty. Around to Muzzin. Kopitar has a goal and an assist, figuring in both LA tallies. This pass was behind to Foley, however. Kopitar has it back, and Voinov missed it. Let's go Blackhawks now. I hope you can hear it in the background. They're letting the Kings fans know they're here. All those in red, white, and black. This puck deflecting up over the glass and out of play. We're getting near the midway point of period 3. And right after a Hawks power play was snuffed out, Nick Leddy beat quick to the glove side to extend the lead to a pair. Best moments. Tonight, game number 6,000 for the Chicago Blackhawks. The first one they ever played was at the Chicago Coliseum, which is now called Coliseum Park, and they didn't quite fit Eddie Olczyk into that picture, but sure he was part of that first team. There's the old Coliseum where they played their first game.
How many when you sat in there, where were you positioned at doing that game back then?
It was a better location than, well, I'll leave that alone. Here's the draw. And no icing here, so Mitchell's going to have to play it. Is your goal tonight to get me in trouble?
No, never.
Okay.
No,
All
I was
right.
going to say,
All right.
I was going to ask you, how did you get there? And I figured, first thing I thought of was horse and carriage.
But I think in that picture of the Coliseum, there were some chariots out in front that I think there might have been a Foley Buick sticker on one of those.
Only the best. Only the best, my friend.
Johnny Oduya picked up an assist on the Nick Leddy goal. Well, he's now got a couple of helpers on this swing. Kopitar battles his way ahead. Carried on to Foley, back to Kopitar, quick shot, and kicked away by Crawford with the right pad. Carter taken away by Hjalmarsson, and out comes Taves Zahosa. Hawks get this one in. And Mitchell Clifford had some pressure, lost it for Stieg to Kane. Trying to center one, it deflects. And back come the Kings. Colin Fraser chipped it into Chris Clifford, working against Seabrook. The pass found nobody home for LA, and it's cleared to center. And now we are halfway through period 3. Blackhawks trying to remain without a regulation loss on this road trip, and a good wraparound attempt, but it was stopped by Crawford. As the Kings try to jam the front of the net, but Corey Crawford very athletically getting from post to post to keep his team up by 2.
BMO Harris Bank Telestrator. Here's Andrzej Kopitar, and I know we got a lot of young hockey players who are watching this game when they should be asleep. And I want everybody to watch the effort here of Marian Hossa. You talk about back tracking and back pressure. That's the way you put pressure on a puck carrier. And I know Kopitar makes a great play there and gets a shot off. But again, if you're giving that player time to make plays, chances are at this level, they're going to make those plays. And it's pretty hard when you got somebody coming on your backside, and Marian Hossa, one of the very best at playing without the puck defensively. And another strong play again by Big Hoss.
Now a bank pass didn't work out. It came back in front from Richards. It goes to Green with a blast. It's off a leg. Fratton tried to keep it in, did well. Now Brown. Back to Fratton, a long shot, blockered away. Crawford came back to him, and he's able to sweep it loose. And Smith unable to get it out.
He's the guy that blocked that shot, and he's gingerly skating around there, Pat. Ben Smith, he just bit the bullet there, made a couple of real good plays. Now he's going to be able to get this puck, hopefully get a change.
Well, that's what happens as the Hawks able to maintain control. A steal by Sharp. He drives. He's centered. Open net. What a pass. A third point of the game for Patrick Kane. And what a setup by Sharp. He unselfishly moved it across the goal mouth. And Kane with 2 goals and an assist. There it is for Grandpa. It's 5-2.
Well, Marian Hossa went down into the Blackhawk runway, Pat, after that last shift. And Joe Quenneville had to change the lines up a little bit. Taves to Sharp, to Patrick Kane, and no chance for Jonathan Quick. And our Honda replay shows that beautiful pass from Patrick Sharp to Patrick Kane up and over the stick of Drew Doughty. And the Hawks with a comfortable 3-goal lead with 8:45 left to go.
The assist number 10, Patrick Sharp. And number 19, Jonathan Taves. Time to goal 11-9.
Now here's another chance for Kane cutting in. A loss of the last moment, and Regier cleared it to center for Kopitar. He bounced it ahead to Foley, or I should say a wraparound by Carter, and Toffoli scored. Carter's wraparound was stopped mostly by Chalmerson, but then the puck remained loose, and Toffoli gets the recent Hawks goal back.
Well, Jeff Carter with the good speed to the outside goes and wraps this puck around. Unfortunately, goes off the skate, and Nicholas Chalmerson, Pat, slows right down, and Toffoli just shovels it in behind Corey Crawford.
Los Angeles goal, his 10th of the season, scored by number
Right now,
73, Tyler Tuck.
the Kings clearing attempt did not get out. Bickle to the corner.
Assist to number 77, Jack.
His check, Mitchell took it back.
And number 11, Andrzej Kopitar.
And then Letty put it right back in.
11:42 to Foley, his 10th from Carter and Kopitar.
Mitchell up the board, stolen by Saad. Kings, though, get it back, and this will be dumped in. White King chipped it off the wall. It's captured by Saad. Around to Roosevelt. It's kicked to the stick by Saad. Brandon Saad drives. Got Quick down the wraparound. Oh, and he just had it escape him now. Keith a blast. And a good save by Quick. The rebound for Stieg. He moves to the net. Could not get rid of it. And Lewis settles it down for the home side.
Marian Hossa back on the Blackhawk bench here.
Now it's taken by Seabrook. Brent Seabrook had his pass deflect, carried on to Kane. He looks to drive. Kane hangs on his backhand. will leave it in behind. Regier chipped it loose, but it's taken by Keith to Versteeg, who had it knocked away. Frazier ran out of time as Bollig came over on a change. And the Kings try to get it in, but they've got no help for Brown, who had a lot of white sweaters in his neighborhood. LA was changing the rest of them. Then Brown, it looked like an offside play. They get it into the zone, but no whistle. We continue. Smith dumped it the other way. And they clear it out to center and Richards. Mike Richards dropped it to Dustin Brown. Richards down low, centered it. It didn't connect with Williams. And picked out of midair beautifully by Sharp, whose pass is stolen back by Muzzin. Now Sharp the other way, racing in. Sharp trying to get to the goal. And a good cut across by Doughty. Drew Doughty able to ride Sharp right off the play into the corner. And now the Kings the other way.
Now Doughty and Sharp having words behind the play.
And this clearing attempt deflects off the glass in a crazy way and out of play against the best defensive team in the league. The Hawks have 5. That's the 21st time they've scored 5 or more.
Wants to see your family fan photos. Upload them through your Twitter account and tag them with the hashtag HawksFanPhoto, and your family photo might be shown on the air. Pat, I want to go back to right before the goal by the Blackhawks. Remember the play by Ben Smith? He doesn't shoot this puck in, does he? The Hawks gain control, right? He goes off the ice, and then next thing you know, the rest is history. Seabrook, Oduya play a little bit of catch. The puck is chipped up from Taves to Sharp over to Patrick Kane. And I know Ben Smith doesn't get an assist for that, but something that the Hawks want to do is have puck possession and not just give it away. And there's a guy that was really playing on one leg, partner, for 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Had the presence of mind to hold on to that puck, get it back. The whole Hawks gain possession and put the puck in the back of the net. Outstanding job again, night in and night out from Ben Smith.
Icing Chicago here. So now the clock becoming the enemy of the home team. Joel Quenneville's group looking for their 34th victory of the season. And trying to extend a division lead to 3 points over St. Louis and 5 points over Colorado if they can hang on to this advantage. Both those teams have several games, I think 3 games in hand. When this one's completed, here's the puck up the boards. Bollig.
Good pick up there from Bollig.
Yes, sir, and he's able to move it ahead. Carter had it to Kopitar's stick.
Muzzin almost went Pete Rose-like into his own bench trying to run Ben Smith over the boards, and he took the worst of it.
Kopitar with a shot into the glove of Crawford. Was going to go wide, but he holds on to it anyway.
Well, Hawk fans, take a look at the all-new 2014 Chevy Malibu. With best-in-class 36 MPG highway, it's all about drive. Drive what Kane and Taves drive. See your Chicagoland or Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer. I don't know about tonight, but how about tomorrow?
Now the draw. And the Kings, Voinov didn't get anything on that shot attempt. Bickle the other way. Regier check, turned it over. Oh, the pass just tipped before reaching Shaw. Otherwise, he would have had a point blanker.
Good play all the way around there, Pat. Forecheck by Shaw. Good support from Bickle and opportunity.
Here's a side into the middle. His shot. Quick. Didn't know he had made the save. Rebounded from Bickle. Missed the net. He had the goalie down and out. And Bickle shot it wide. Here's Shaw out of the corner. Driving. The wraparound stopped by Quick. Then Voinov. Taken away by Shaw. Here's a centering attempt. Roosevelt tried to join the play. The pass tipped. And the Kings will clear it back the other way. This will go far enough for icing. The Kings wanted to change. Oh, no icing. They say play on. So Leddy, who's got a goal and an assist tonight, moved it ahead to Sharp. Taves driving. He's got 2 helpers in the game. Taves taking a look. Taves still has the puck. Now shot it, and it's off a leg to Brown. And the Kings work it into the Hog zone. Here's Richards. He had a shot blocked. Good stick, Seabrook. And a counterattack for Taves. Leaving for Sharp. Looks back to Taves, who got turned around on the play. And now the Kings move back. Might have a 2-on-1. Richards carries. Mike Richards to the backhand. Shooting Crawford with the right pad. And he got some contact from his own defenseman sliding Keith. He makes another save here. Crawford rebound to Williams, who couldn't tuck it home. Loose on the boards, picked up by the Hawks. Peary. Now Brown able to get it out of there. Muzzin goes across. Kopitar into the zone. Ajay Kopitar rings it around. And Peary made sure to get that out. Regeer pressured by Kane. He jammed the loose to Versteeg. What a save by Quick. Might have been goalpost as well. And the puck cleared back the other way. There goes Quick to the bench. 6 attackers LA with 100 seconds left. Seabrook wants to try to get a whistle here. The puck's underneath him, and finally, reluctantly, the official stops the play. The Kings in need of 2 goals to have a chance. Send their starter to the bench. Just over a minute and a half to go.
Well, that opportunity for Chris Versteeg and Patrick Kane, Pat. I thought Patrick Kane was going to get called for a penalty there. He got the stick around the big section of Robin Regeer. Nothing was called, and then, as you mentioned, Quick made a beeline for the bench once the Kings got the puck into the offensive zone.
Well, in a battle of the last 2 Stanley Cup winners, the Blackhawks looking for a regular season sweep over the LA Kings. They beat them twice in the UC, 3-1 and 1-0. Now it's a 5-3 Chicago lead with a 5-goal outburst against the best team defense, or the team with the best goals against average in the entire NHL. Blackhawk goals tonight from Kane, Bickle, Kruger, Leddy, and again Kane. All right, 6 attackers LA. The draw pulled back by Smith. Brown to the corner against Oduya. It's fought for. Nobody can pick it up. Finally, Smith did. Van Smith chipped it ahead to center. An open net for Bowling. Shot it wide. Well, they work on the boards. Kruger trying to take some more time off the clock. They want to keep it down here as long as they can. Right to the Kings. Kopitar gets it back. 65 left. Richards dumped it in. Hjalmarsson hammers it around the boards. It bounced loose to Oduya. He just fires it the other way. That'll be icing Chicago with 51 left. The Hawks have done a lot better job at the faceoff dot in this third period. They had been dominated like they have not been in any game this year in the first 40 minutes. Another defensive zone draw here, Stoll and Kruger. And Kruger able to pull it back. Chalmerson. It's held in by Carter. And Smith looked out in the Hawks bench. His clearing attempt went up a little high. So Joel Quenneville, you've talked about a lot, Eddie, his willingness and his confidence in the Hawks' fourth line. But it's not always that Brandon Bollig is in a role like this trying to protect a lead late in the game, and he gets a chance there, and Hawks had really nothing dangerous getting near the net.
Yeah, the trust factor, the responsibility, and it goes a long way when the confidence of every player in your lineup to know that the coach can go to you at any time if you're performing and doing a job, and certainly that line has done that here again tonight.
Now the draw. Cleared in behind Brown. His pass deflecting. Kopitar kept it. Brown now lets it go and hit traffic in front. Sharp able to backhand it out of there. And down to 20 seconds remaining as this long pass that deflects out of play. So the Chicago Blackhawks will now be 2-0-2 on this road trip. And they will have lost only 3 times in the last 23 games. 3 in regulation. So Hawk fans throughout the Staples Center this evening joyously standing up, yelling and clapping, and thrilled that they made the long trek out here to California to watch the Blackhawks beat the LA Kings tonight. Doughty's blast is up off the glass, cleared to the boards. Doughty with 3, shot it, Shaw blocked it. Hawks win! Blackhawks beat the Kings. They beat them 3 straight of the regular season series in a matchup of the last 2 Stanley Cup winners. And Patrick Kane, who just lost his best buddy, his grandpa, comes up with 2 goals and an assist, and he scored in his first shift tonight in a night that becomes a little bit more meaningful for him. The Blackhawks beat the Kings. Back in a moment.